Okay, so hi, once again, this is the Community Podcast. I'm your host, Chase Johnson Lynch, here on Big Condo Radio, inside this very cold and very cool um, studio at Big Condo Academy. But once again, I'm amazed that I have some interesting friends that are willing to come out and to share their stories and their adventures with us. And one of them, I'm joined here today by Vanessa Boateng. Is it? It's a double barrel.
Yes,
Okay.
Vanessa Boateng, yeah.
Okay, great. So Vanessa Boateng, who is now, as of February, the Knowsley Town Councilor
Yes.
and everything. So wow, this is a big boom for us. Thank you for joining us here at Big Condo.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Yeah, I mean because reason why I'm really happy about this is because we as a community are in strife. We're going through a tier 3 system, and we're all in this together. And even though Knowsley, as well as all the other regions, are different regions, as you were pointing out to me, we still are all in this together, aren't we? And everything. So I definitely appreciate you coming in and sharing your story with us, Vanessa.
Thank you for having me.
Right. So, I mean, before we go into the deep things, let's just talk about like basically how we know each other because like we met I believe it was last year when you were strongly involved with the Commonwealth,
Yes.
right, which is very important to you. So maybe you could tell us all about that. What the Commonwealth set out to do, because I believe they put together a group of people. I think at that time you were developing the Women's Forum of the Commonwealth as well. So, and some people may know it as an initiative that Garth Dallas has been involved with,
Mm,
who's also now involved in the Good Business Festival.
mm.
But what is your involvement with the Commonwealth?
Yeah, the Commonwealth Association is a group of, it's an association of people from the 53 countries
Mm-hmm.
of the Commonwealth. I am originally from Ghana, and Ghana is one of the Commonwealth countries, and the General Secretary for the Liverpool Commonwealth Association, and also I was the first female trustee to be on the
The board.
on the board of the association as well. So my involvement really is engaging with community, with the Commonwealth people from different countries
Mm.
in Liverpool who are from the Commonwealth countries. So people from Nigeria, from Jamaica, from Trinidad, people from um, Guyana, people from Australia, people
Mm.
from Canada, different people from the 53 countries
Yeah.
within the Commonwealth who live in Liverpool. I engage with them and also engage with their community groups because we've got different community groups as well.
Mm.
So, and then also I help to develop the women's forum as well as you
Yeah.
got involved with us when we launched the women's forum, and also we've got the arts and culture
Mm.
forum as well. We've got the education forum as well,
Yeah.
and then we've got the business forum, which is also involved with the Good Business Festival, as you mentioned, which Gat Dallas, who is our chair,
Yeah.
is also involved in as well.
What I like to say is what's fascinating to me is because like thank you. I mean we were asked to come and film some things,
Mm,
and what I found fascinating was like the event that took place at the church.
yes.
You know, because it was like I wouldn't say it was a flag ceremony, but
Mm-hmm.
all the representatives of the various countries and the flags, came walking down the aisle to be placed, like upon the stage. And what I've been looking at is like as far as educating myself, with this program is that there are various different places. I mean, a lot of people just say, "Oh, you from Africa?"
Yeah. Yeah.
That's it,
Yes.
right? And the Commonwealth is like very about the individuality,
Yes.
but then not to steal this word, but commonality
Yeah.
of working together. And that's what I felt that the project was. And it sounds like a very good project indeed and everything. But obviously, because you were on the board, like you said, you know, you, hey, look, I got to take something for myself. And like you, in the article I read, in the Echo, is like you've been living in Knowsley for 10 more years, and now you've run as a counselor,
Yeah.
and you won in February.
Yeah.
I mean, congratulations for that.
Thank you.
I mean, how was that? I mean, because first of all, listen, anybody could beat anyone.
Yes.
So that's I think was really important.
Yeah.
You can't feel you're less than. So how was that to win the seat?
Yes, it was. Would I say it came with opportunity for especially black people
Mm.
in the area, in the borough, to give a voice or to be heard. Actually, my appointment of becoming a councillor was a unanimous decision
Yeah.
because we had a councillor who died, and
Um,
there was needing to be somebody to be replaced, and because I had been involved in the community and also been involved with the council, the members found it, would I say, worthy of me to be appointed
yeah.
to replace that councillor who died. So I got that co-opted into office, and I will say that the councillors who made that decision have really put Knowsley Town Council on the map,
Yeah.
because they have done something, taken a very bold step to appoint their first black councillor.
Yeah.
Not that I am not qualified for the job, but I think they just created history.
Yeah, well, definitely, it's the same thing like when Anna Rotherly became the mayor and stuff like that of Liverpool. It's like it seems like this is the year in time for change, isn't it?
Absolutely. And if you look at the demographics of Knowsley, it is 99.9% white.
Whoa. So how is that when you go and making your public appearances? I mean, has it been all right?
It's been all right. It's been accepted, and it's been accepting. Why I said accepted and accepting is
Yeah, there is a difference. Yeah.
there's a difference here, because the people are still grasping with the change, or still grasping with what has just happened, or still grasping with, is this real or is
Yeah.
this not real?
What's she gonna do for me, man? You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And so, I mean, that kind of led me into like the next thing is like, because you've been in appointment for some time now. I mean,
Yes.
like, what's good and what's bad about that? Because obviously you come in with an agenda,
Yes.
So I mean, like, let's not focus on what's bad. Let's focus on what's good.
Yes. What's good about it is it's giving a voice to ethnic minorities
Yeah.
to speak out and to be heard. Because I think when I moved into the area, my family were the only family in the enclave, although we had some pockets of black people who lived in different areas.
Yeah.
And we see the improvement of people of color and ethnicity moving, because I have my children in school, and I on a daily basis I see different people who ordinarily, when I first moved into the area, I wouldn't have seen, because my child was the only black child in the
Yeah.
class, and all of a sudden we're seeing about 2 3, we're seeing different people from different
Yeah.
cultures coming into the
Do you
area.
think that they're recognizing that maybe I can live in this area if the counselor is black?
I think because um, the area is accepting diversity,
Yeah.
people are moving into the area.
Yeah.
Because I'll give you a personal experience that
Please
I
do.
had. When I moved into the area, I faced a lot of racism. I faced eggs being thrown on my window. In fact, it became terrifying. You know, at the time, my little boy, I think, was about 3 years, yeah, about 2.5, 3 years. And the next thing is, you know, you're sitting in your living room and then someone throws a rock
Oh
on your
God, yeah.
window. The next thing you see is tomatoes, you have mud, you have eggs thrown at your
Yeah.
window and stuff like that. And the next minute, because of that, the police, you know, took my house as, you know, a very important. And I must give it to the police at the
Yeah.
time. You know, they took it very seriously to the extent that, you know, as soon as something happens, within 5 minutes, they're in my house. And you know, we had a lot of that. You know, the property was allocated to us before we moved into the property. I mean, you know, you have to look at the property, come and do some cleaning and stuff like that. People in the area, I'm sure, must have known that these people are, you know, black people and stuff like that. And before we realized it, the storage doors were ripped off, the lights were broken, the house was almost broken into, and things like that.
Now, was this years ago? Because you've been in Knowsley, you said, for a
Yes,
long time.
yes. This was in 2013.
Yeah.
Yes, 2013, 2014, stroke 2015. So I faced this within,
Adversity, yeah.
yes, for 3 years.
Mm.
So, you know, all this was going on, and I decided, I said, because the next thing would have been, you know, why don't you look for somewhere else to live? And I told myself, I told my husband, I said, no, we're going to live here and we're going to make it here.
Wow.
So we lived there, went through it, and then you know, started integrating with the people, because I started a charity before I moved into the area, you know, for inclusivity, people from diverse backgrounds to be inclusive in the area. Because what I realized was that a lot of migrants come into the UK, but they do not integrate.
It's true. It's true. Because
And
they feel like outside and they're just
exactly,
only just trying to survive. I think.
exactly. They don't integrate, which is a disadvantage to them and also a disadvantage to the community.
Yeah, because the community doesn't actually learn anything that they could learn when there's somebody from another culture.
Absolutely. And not only that, they get misrepresented by the community. I mean, our white neighbors and folk. So I took it upon myself to start up this charity to get migrants to integrate,
Yeah.
to get migrants to understand the culture
Right.
in the UK. Also, to get migrants to understand the welfare and protection of children in the UK, because a lot of them come into the country with the mindset of where they're coming from.
Yeah.
So if you have an African parent who is maybe wanting to set the boundaries for his child or her child, and you know, the only thing they know is smacking, and the child goes to school and is being informed that if anybody becomes violent to you, like smacking or hitting and things like that, you need to report or tell someone. And this child who is, you know, comes from Africa or from wherever they have come from, they know that physical chastisement is a way of discipline in their own home, and the parent doesn't understand it.
Yeah, I mean, even Africa or nothing, even in America, I mean, that's how we grew up, isn't it? As that form of discipline and everything. And it it is what it is, but it also is kind of like it's what people are used to.
Are
isn't
used
it?
to, exactly. And because migrants are not integrated into the society, they do not understand the laws with regards to things like this. So when a child goes to school and tells his teacher or her teacher that he or she has been disciplined by their parent, and the next thing
Yeah.
you see is the social services
Yeah,
coming in,
yeah.
and then they get aggressive, the parents
Yeah.
get aggressive, and they don't understand. So I wanted to create a bridge whereby parents can also understand that, look, it's because you are not integrating into the system.
Yeah.
That is why you don't understand the protection, the laws concerning welfare of the children.
Yeah.
If you integrate into the system, then you will understand what the laws are.
Yeah.
And not only that, you have a lot of migrants who come in ignorantly because they think where they're coming from is the same as where they're coming
No,
to.
obviously. Yeah.
Exactly. Because they've not also understood, or they haven't got information as to where they are in. So I created this charity to be able to integrate with, because they are my people. Some
Yeah.
of them are my people who I mingle with or I fraternize with
Yeah.
all the time. Get them together to understand that, look, this is how you have to do things. This is how things are done in the UK.
Yeah.
And get involved in community. And that's how come I got involved in community work. And
Yeah.
that also opened me up to the Commonwealth Association because I have the connection with the
Yeah.
various communities.
Yeah.
And then also looking at that charity also looks into various aspects as well, living life in the UK, because a lot of people come in and they don't understand. Some people just come in, they buy a car, they don't know they have to do MOT, they
Yeah.
have to get a driver's license, and so things like that.
Yeah. The things that they weren't normally used to is
Exactly.
like there's these different rules and stuff like
Yes,
that.
and there was a deficit that the councils were not providing. So I picked on that and used that to integrate people. And I think that was one of the achievements. In fact, people, I don't know who must have seen it or who picked it up and recognized that I was doing something for the community as a Commonwealth diasporan. And I was invited to Buckingham Palace.
Ooh, Buckingham Palace, check
Yes,
you. Yeah.
to see the Queen in
Nice.
2018. So these are some of the things that are done, and I think, prior to my appointment being a councillor, I'm sure these are some of the things that they must have seen and felt that, look, we need to get diversity into our borough, and that's how come, I became the councillor for the area. And it's been quite a journey because I'm learning new things.
Yeah. Learning how things work.
Yes, learning how things work, learning to see that Knowsley needs diversity
and inclusivity.
Exactly. And also getting our people to understand that your child can be anything once they put their mind to it.
Yeah. Well, no, I mean, it's that thing like in America where we grew up, like as a child thinking like, can I be president? You know what I mean? And like you look and you say, no, none of them look like me.
Yeah.
And then comes Obama and everything like that. So I totally understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
So, so basically, I wanted to ask you, and it's not a hard question, it's not a sandbag question, but like, I was saying about a week ago, one of our mayors, Joe Anderson, went online talking about the Tier 3 system and getting financial support for this system. Yeah. And I was, wondering, which other people probably wonder too, was just like, is this a good or bad thing? And everything, and where the money's going. Okay. And so I asked you, do you know anything about it? And then and you were saying,
yes, we do know that the Liverpool City Region mayors have had a conversation with government with regards to Tier 3 lockdown. And one of the conditions was that provided businesses and people are taken care of.
Yeah.
And we need the money to get those businesses running or compensated in a way, and also the people compensated in a way. I know that most of the councils, people have to apply, businesses have to apply through their councils to get those monies that is due to them, because I know that there's a kind of formula that the councils have to follow with regards to businesses, because businesses, they have eligibilities. So the criteria, if you're in the hospitality, if you fall under hotels and things like that.
Yeah.
So I know that is would I just say that the monies that whatever government gives the councils, definitely they are accounted for, and then I'm sure that there's a freedom of information for anybody who wants it. And I think it's a good thing to help support, although it might not be enough, but I think it might just be a way of supporting businesses in these hard times. And I know it's very difficult because our city region thrives on tourism. Even coming here this way this afternoon, I was shocked to see that there was, the busy hustle of Liverpool is not what it
doesn't
is.
It doesn't want to stop, because we've
Exactly.
already been in lockdown, and then you said we're not, and then now it's like, come on, man.
Yes, and I all I anticipate and wish for is that we should all be a little bit patient, because we see the numbers rising every day,
Sure.
especially in my borough as well. Knowsley is one of the highest number of cases, since the second lockdown began. And I think, it's something that we all need to take care of ourselves and stick to the rules that pertain, and hopefully we should look into a brighter future, look into a brighter year next year.
Well, also we could call it look forward to a change.
Yes,
Because I think the main thing that people have to get out of their heads is that we're going to go back to something.
Yes.
That's then, this is now, and we have to adjust to the change. Part of that is becoming more digitally proficient, or digitally resilient.
Yes.
A lot of us are ending up communicating through, FaceTime and Zoom and stuff. And it's like, oh, it's not for me. And, you got to get on the program,
Yes.
get onto the page and everything, and, keep things going. But, we always have that thing about, we had that save our theaters.
Yes.
We're having restaurants close, ones that were used to being open for a long period of time, and it's like, people wondering, what job can I get? Do you know what I mean? And that's what I think I was meaning about the financial support system. It's like, we didn't ask for it.
Yes.
And I think there's always that argument of, is COVID real? It's definitely real.
Yes.
We've all lost personal friends and
Yes.
family to this crisis. It's just about the factor of what's more real now is, like, as you said, being patient, working together to try and survive this, and not working together to try and have a backyard party.
Yes. Absolutely. Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
But no, it's just amazing about that. I was gonna ask you, like, as far as your platform or your agenda, I know that you talked a lot about the inclusivity program,
Yes.
and obviously you want to continue that. You want to bring diversity to Knowsley and everything. How is that working for you now, and what is it that you still hope to do?
Yeah, unfortunately, COVID has spoiled so many things,
Wow, that.
because there were a little bit of plans or write-ups that I would have proposed to the Metropolitan Borough
Yeah.
in terms of celebrating, especially in October, which is Black History Month,
That it is.
where we could have had like a festival or a one-day workshop or an outdoor event where we could have celebrated Black history.
Well, why can't you do that?
We can't do that because, we need the public to be involved. We can't do that online because reason being that I had in mind where we could, have like exhibitions
Yeah.
of art, exhibitions of crafts, exhibitions of countries,
Yeah. Well, especially the Commonwealth countries.
Exactly. But unfortunately, COVID has, came in and we couldn't do that. And it's something that we need the community to be involved. It's not something you can do online.
No.
The grassroots need
Yeah.
to see this because we talk about we having a slavery museum. Not too many people go there. It's just people from outside Liverpool.
Yeah, it's an outside visitorial place.
Exactly. But taking this into the heart of the community would have been a lovely thing.
Yeah.
So that people in the community within Knowsley would understand what Black History Month is, what the Commonwealth is, and Liverpool's involvement in slavery, and why people need to accept Black people as human beings.
Well, listen, let me just say, because, believe it or not, our time is coming to an end. Let me be a hero and say, this is what needs to be done.
Yes.
Right? I've been here for 20 years, right? And, that's done. The past of the slavery remembrance and everything. Why can't there be an initiative to start looking at, like you just said about inclusivity, start looking at Black excellence?
Yes.
People need to stop looking at themselves as less than.
Yes.
Right? They need to stop looking at that's our dire history and we thank you for every little pearl of wisdom you drop down upon us. Why don't we start looking at the stuff that has been escaped from us, whitewashed, and bring Black education, Black studies back to school. Well, it wasn't really here before, but it needs to be in there because the reason why they haven't done it is because they're saying, what is there to talk about?
Exactly.
And there's so much
to talk about. Exactly where you are. That is why, like I said before, we need we need an event.
Exactly.
Because it's not just talking about the past, we're talking about the future and we're talking about the present.
And its future is better and brighter if you open the doors to the basement of the past. And this is the problem. The past is just in the basement.
Yes.
And so it's like that negative thing that we're always taught, that our parents were taught, and our children are being taught. And where we open the doors and we put the lights on, right? And look at all of this gold down here.
Yes, yes.
There are Africans from Mali who were seafarers. There are Blacks who were Vikings.
Yes.
There are female warriors. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's kind of like, come on, man.
Yes.
Why do I have to watch this in an American TV show? And it's real. It's so real, especially when you got people from all these different countries that they had to have been told from their parents of the historical, powerful people that were kings and queens.
Exactly. That is why, like I said before, we need. That's one of those were one of my plans that we could use those information that we have about Black people to show to a wider public. Because even Black people themselves, some of them don't know.
They don't know because they're too busy. Like, I've heard this.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
And they don't want the education.
Exactly.
You tell them, go to YouTube, bruv. I didn't ask you to read a book. Go to YouTube. Watch the video.
Exactly. Exactly. And we also need to educate our white folks as well.
Well, they want to be educated. Now, because of what we've gone through with Black Lives Matter in America, 50 states walking in unison, right? They are now saying, I'm no longer outside of this bubble. I want to hear the story.
Exactly.
Talk to me.
Exactly.
And you can't talk to them like, so
No,
fun.
no.
You want to hear the thing? You have to educate and talk. The discourse is what we all want.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Yes. And that's something that hopefully after all this COVID is done with, and everything goes back to a new normal
Yeah.
is something that I'm really advocating for.
Yeah.
Because, like I said before, remember that Anthony Walker
Yes,
was
of course.
killed in Knowsley.
Yes, yes, yes.
Yes, so these are the kind of information, we need to put out there for, our white folk to also,
Yeah.
understand. And also for that unism, people to get that it doesn't pay to hurt another human being.
No.
Like
No.
if you saw in the
And
article,
the reason why you're doing it is because you think that person is less than.
obviously, and like if you had read in the Echo, my salient point was the color of blood that flows in your veins is the same color of blood that flows in mine.
Exactly. And there's always shots. What? It's red blood. Jesus. Okay.
Yes.
Anyway, Vanessa, I just want to thank you for coming on, sharing your origin story with us, telling us about your journey to the Knowsley Council. And I really look forward to you actually advocating for change in inclusivity and everything. And whatever we can do, please feel free to we're always there to support. So, so once again, I want to thank Vanessa Boateng for joining me here on the community podcast here at Big Condo Radio. Please like and subscribe and everything like that. And I'm pretty sure you can find Vanessa on all the social media platforms and everything like that. But definitely, please look out for her article in the Echo, and you'll hear her story and her journey and everything. So I'm Chase Johnson Lynch, and this has been the community podcast, and we're out of here. Thank you very much.
Thank you.